Testing, testing. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello there. Welcome to the sewing parlor. My name is Jacqueline, and if you're new here, which most of you are, because this is a pretty brand new channel, I welcome you, and I hope that you'll continue watching if you love sewing content and fabric hauls, pattern hauls, just all things sewing related. I do want to thank a lot of you for liking and subscribing so far. I'm just blown away with the amount of responses that I've gotten so far, and I'm just so thankful, and I'm super glad that you're all here. Hopefully you guys can hear me today. Just brief note, I have been sick, so of course the week that I finally get to use my mic properly, I'm a little bit under the weather. My voice has been shot, so my luck, I guess. I do apologize for the low audio that have been in my past videos. Hopefully going forward you guys can hear me. I'm not super tech savvy, so please go Adele easy on me, and just hopefully I can just get better at this. Before we get into today's video, I just want to encourage you guys to grab yourself something nice to sip on or grab a snack. Today I'm going to be drinking some sweet tea, and enjoy the video. Today I'm going to go over what I made during the week of my birthday, kind of before and after my birthday, as well as a little bit of shopping that I got done. I was gifted some birthday moolah, so of course I had to go to Joannes and make it disappear. So first and foremost, so the week before my birthday, or the days leading up to my birthday, I did make a sweater knit. It's a sweater. It was supposed to be a sweater dress, but I was limited on the amount of fabric that I used. I actually had 2 cuts of the same fabric. One was 2 yards, one was 2 1/4. I bought them at separate times because I knew after I bought the first 2 yards, I was gonna need more. So I had 2 patterns in mind for this pattern. I had 2 patterns in mind for this specific fabric, and kind of how I had to do it was I cut out all the pieces and I had to Tetris them together on both fabrics, because one pattern, all the pattern pieces would not fit on just one, and yada yada yada. Anyways, so I had to fit them all together, and luckily I had just enough fabric. It was awesome. But I did have to shorten the sweater dress a little bit, which it still covers what I wanted it to cover. It covers the butt kiss. So it covers just the amount that I wanted it to. If I did have more fabric, I would have personally just made it a little bit longer. However, I did have to cut off quite a bit from the pattern piece itself. I accidentally bought the neck size range up from what I normally am, and I kept it because 1, I really wanted to get the sweater sewed up, and 2, it fit around my midsection for the baby bump, and it still will work after the baby. However, I did have to alter quite a bit from the top. The neckline was way too big. The shoulders were actually rounded. It looked like I could fit like football pads under there, and where the flounce hit was where it looked to be on the pattern. Here, I'll show you. Where it looked to be on the pattern is, I did view D. So it's like right off the slope of your shoulder, right? But this was like way down, almost above my elbow. Which I'm guessing if I bought the right size range, I wouldn't have done so much alterations. But I would have still had to expand from the empire waist down. So it was either one or the other that needed to be worked on. And I explain all this on my Instagram post about it. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it already. So I did view D, and I would make this pattern again. I marked all my patterns with a little sticker, and I put a thumbs down just because it's not the right size, not because I didn't like the actual pattern. I might, when McCall goes on sale again, I might get a right size because I actually do like a couple of the other views in this pattern as well, and I just don't want to do that many alterations. I don't think it should be that much hard work for a $2 pattern. So anyways, I am happy with the end result. It just took a little bit more work than I had anticipated, but again, my bad. I bought the wrong size, and I just need to pay closer attention. So the next make I did, which was a couple of days before my birthday, and then I couldn't get it done in time to actually wear it on my birthday, so I ended up wearing the sweater for my birthday, which is fine. It was just a totally casual day. Just went out to dinner, and that was basically it. So the pattern I did was McCall 7862, and I talked about this in my Make 9 plans for the year. This is my roomy dress, so I could check that off of the list for my Make 9s, but I did view C, and I knew when I saw this that I had two platitude fabrics. One was in window pane, just like the view here, and then I had this gingham. It's a green beigey gingham, pretty wide, checked. I thought this pattern was really cute. The only thing that I changed as far as the actual design of it is I took the dip of the back hem of view D and B. You can't, I mean, it's not a super high-low hem, but you can still, I mean, anytime I can get some kind of interest out of a straight hem, I'm there. Straight hems, just sometimes they just need a little something extra, whether it's trim or high-low or whatever. I'm all for that. There were a couple things that I was disappointed in. Mostly was the fabric, the platitude fabric itself. There were certain design aspects of this pattern that I would have kept. I'll insert a couple of pictures, but like the width of the band for the sleeve, I mean, this is cute too, but before I had turned it under to sew, it was about as thick as this neckband, and I thought that was pretty cute. So if I do make this again, I'd probably change the sleeve a little bit. I do like other views in this pattern too, so it's not a complete sewing fail. It's just the end result wasn't as, I want to say, flattering as I hoped it would have been. So what I'm thinking is after I have the baby, I'll see how it looks then, and if it's still just not flattering to me, then I'll just donate it. But one thing I will say is that kind of the sleeves are a little bit tight when I stretch it out, so they kind of hit at a weird spot. If they were up higher, it would be fine, but it's just like where it hits, it makes it really tight. But so I might just have to alter the sleeves again. If I make this again, I'll probably just kind of make them higher. This is the first time I've sewn with the platitude fabric from Joannes, and it is so delicate. It's very delicate. I used the I use the special glass pins that you're supposed to use on satin and silks. It's very, very thin. In fact, I'll show you. So these are my normal pins that I use. They're yellow. I mean, they're pretty thick. And then this is the, can't really see. Where can you see? Maybe like that? Anyways, so these are the glass head pins. They're a thinner needle. And even just pinning, I would snag the fabric. I took a couple of pictures, just close-ups so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But even just pinning, it snagged the fabric and it was kind of discouraging. Another thing that was discouraging is when I made a mistake and I had to take out the stitches. It would actually leave like little divots, little holes along the fabric. Like it's just super delicate. I'll show you. I had to redo one of the darts because the dart line was just not as nice and perfect as I like it to be. So I had to take that out, redo it, but again, it's just leaving little marks. And I do have, like I said, I do have one more platitude fabrics in my stash. I'll just have to be more careful. I'm probably gonna get those little clips and use that instead of pinning it. And I would also, if I had on hand, I would have used the Microtex needle. I didn't, so I just used the thinnest, the 70 110, I believe, sewing machine needle, and that was the thinnest needle I could have used, and it was part of the universal Schmetz needles. Even though it's super soft, I mean, it feels really nice. I'll just have to just be more careful, I guess, when I sew up the next one. This dress I'm probably not going to wear again until after I have the baby, and if I don't like it then I don't like it then. I'll just have to donate it. Also, just maybe, I don't know if it was the fabric choice as far as the color and the gingham, but that mixed with the style of this pattern, it's a little bit more Little House on the Prairie than I wanted, but that could have been just a styling choice, or I tried to belt it. I wore it with my cowboy boots, which probably didn't help, but perhaps if I use a different style of fabric or print, then it wouldn't look so homely. I do also want to mention how kind of hard it was to pattern match the fabric. I did initially have on the back center seam, when I had it pinned together, it was perfectly aligned, and then when I sewed it together, it kind of shifted. You can kind of see kind of how much it moves, just how flexible it is. So like as I was sewing, it would like kind of twist like that. I redid the center back seam like 3 times, and the third try I was like, okay, it's good enough. Let's just move on. I know I'm not really selling you guys on the platitude fabrics, but let me know if you've worked with the platitudes before and if you kind of came across the same issues, or I just need to get better at dealing with very shifty, delicate fabric. I'm actually going to go ahead and change into my sweater dress and continue on with the video wearing that. Okay, so let's talk birthdays. My birthday was last Saturday, March 5th, and my husband's birthday was this past Friday, March 11th, and my daughter's birthday was the next day, March 12th. So between sewing what I could have sewed and prepping for the birthdays and having family come into town to help celebrate, it became very busy. On top of that, my 4-year-old was a little bit sick, and I got sick immediately after, just having a sore throat all week. It was a little disheartening to finally get my mic working, and then I have a sore throat. So it was just terrible timing to get sick. But when is a good time to get sick? Never. But it was just one more setback, one thing that just got in the way of trying to make a video. So I do apologize. I guess I should clarify, I have the goal of coming out with a video every Monday. I can't guarantee that. I'm 32 weeks pregnant and things happen, life gets busy, momming comes first, and people get sick. So my ultimate goal, I will say, I want to put out one video a week. I can't guarantee the day. If I can't get to it one week, just hold on. It'll come the week after, I'm sure. So I do apologize for making a promise beforehand, but, you know, life happens. Okay, so now the super fun stuff, what I got at JoAnn Fabrics. So I was watching Lucy on So Essential, and she did a video recently on sewing the spring trends. I think it was something along the lines of what's super trendy out and what patterns can kind of go along with those looks. So two caught my eye. The first one was the elastic waist cargo pants, and this is McCall's 8099. I especially love the one with the elasticated cuff. All three views have the elasticated waistline. I thought this was just a little bit more classied up cargo pants, and I do like that they have elasticated waistbands because that's something that I'll definitely need. I actually do like the shorts version on this. The one that I love the most, of course, is what's featured on the model, and that would be view C. So Lucy also talked about this next dress. This is McCall's 8104, and I had written it down because I thought it was a great pattern. But then the channel, the Doctor's Haute, she actually talked about her recent makes, and this was one of them that she had made up. I think that she made up view A, and that is when I actually fell in love with this pattern. She did a beautiful job. She had made it out of a very beautiful floral blue fabric. So that was a stunner. So I knew I had to get this pattern. Sara at KnottyGnome Crafts also talked about this. She did a spring, she kind of shopped from her stash and showed off this dress as one of the inspirations for something to sew up for spring. So those are the two patterns that I picked up for myself. I restrained myself really good during this last McCall's pattern because, you know, they haven't been on sale for quite a long time. I did pick up my So Long Moto dress, my So Long Moto jacket last month when they had that sneaky sale. And so I only picked up 3 patterns this time. I was good. But they didn't have 4 patterns that I was looking for. They're kind of older patterns, and they just didn't have it in the drawer. So I would have gotten more, but 3 is what I walked away with, and I'm fine with that. That's all I need. So the third pattern I got is actually for my newborn. Once she's born. This is McCall's. This is part of their brand new line for spring, and this is the McCall's 8265. And of course, that little tie at the bottom of the little sleeper is just super adorable. I thought it would be a really nice gift to my daughter when she's born. Kind of something just a little sentimental sleeper to welcome her into the world. But I would definitely do view B because I love that little tie at the end. The little elastic on view A, that tends to ride up and can get annoying for both me and the baby. So I like the tie at the bottom for view B. And I also really like the shirt and pants for views C and D. But what also got me excited about this was the headband choices. There's 3. There's one that kind of looks like a flower. It's just like just a bunch of scrunched up fabric here. The other one has a bow, and then there's also just a headband. I probably would just make the headband along with view B. But with this pattern, I did get some fabric that was on sale, and this one is kind of a bubblegum pink with blue, navy blue and white swallow birds on it. But this one was on sale. This was in their clearance section, so I'm not sure if your Joannes would still carry it, but I tried to look it up on their website and it's not featured. So if you do like this fabric, it's a jersey knit, and I got 2 yards of it because that would cover the amount that I need for the newborn size as well as one of the headbands. But I thought that was just a super sweet little pattern fabric. So I got this one for that pattern as well as this one. This is a brand new fabric that they have. This one's called Cheetah. I'll pop the name down below. This is a blue and lavender cheetah print. This one is a double knit. So again, perfect fabric for something for the baby to snuggle up in. This one is a little bit softer in texture, a little bit more silky than this jersey knit. But I thought that would also be a really cute print for her to wear. Okay, I did get some fabric for myself, but I only got one piece of fabric. I was good. I didn't go overboard. I was very fortunate to get a little extra cash for my birthday, and so I knew what I needed to get because the week prior, the Joannes flyer said that denim was going to be $9.99 during the second week of March. Debra from the Sewing Nook, she had recently talked about this floral denim that she got, and it's this one right here. And she had featured a Tory Burch bag that had just spot on coral. It's like a bright orange color with the bag that she's going to pair with this denim. And I just thought that was so beautiful, and I got super excited about this denim. I had seen this denim before, but once she featured it with, or styling it with a bag, I was like, okay, I definitely need to get this fabric. So this is what I chose as far as for the fabric I'll be using for Rochelle from Rochelle.Handmade.Designs. She is going to do a battle of the shirt dresses coming up. I'll put the dates down below and her video talking about this series that she's doing. But she's doing battle of the shirt dresses, and she's basically taking a shirt dress from every Big Four company that she has. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I have a shirt dress pattern from each of the Big Four as well. However, the most recent pick that I got is a Butterick. In fact, let me go get that 1 second. Okay, so I did feature this in my Butterick and Vogue pattern haul back in January, but View B is what I'll be doing for the shirt dress series that she's doing. And I really like this because it has a curved hem. It's has a little bit of a slit, and it's slightly high-low. So I really like that feature. So I knew when I got this fabric that would be the pattern that I would be using. So again, I'll put her video talking about that down below because I think it's a super fun series that she's doing. I am gonna sew this up in what my typical size would be. I'm just not gonna button it in case I wear it before the baby comes. I did also pick up some thread while I was there. They were, and I think it's still going on. It's the buy 3 get 2 free thread, and I did get the corally orange thread that I will probably be using for the denim fabric. But I could also use this mauve. I ran out of mauve, and that's one of my favorite colors to use. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the coral orange for that, for the shirt dress. I picked up pink, bubblegum pink. I am also sewing up a dress for my daughter, and this would go perfectly with that. I got the dusty blue. This is going to go with the dusty blue fabric. I had asked you guys on my last video what pattern I should use, whether the Butterick or the McCalls to use for this fabric. So I needed to get matching thread for that. And then I just picked up white because I'm almost out of my just basic white. So thanks again for joining me today. Again, my name is Jacqueline, and this is the Sewing Parlor. I hope you will hit like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload next for sure. And I very much appreciate all my new subscribers. I was blown away on my birthday. I woke up to 200 subscribers, and you guys are the best. So thank you very much. So until I sew again, goodbye. I will be sipping along too. Before we get into this video, I do want to encourage you guys to get yourself something sweet to slip on. My name is Jacqueline, and today I'm going to go... Where did you go? And... recording. It was a little disheartening to finally get my mic working. Oh gosh.